I'm Antoni Ribas. I'm a professor of medicine at UCLA and the immediate past president of AACR and the chair of the AACR COVID-19 and Cancer Task Force. At the beginning of the COVID-19 lockdown, we realized that we needed to bring together as much expertise as possible to understand what was happening and to help provide leadership to the cancer community. That's why we created the AACR COVID-19 and Cancer Task Force. We had experts from different fields of cancer research and the whole spectrum. We thought that together we could talk about issues that were impacting the field and then gather the information and work out what were the causes and try to provide leadership on how to address them. That led to a series of initiatives. The first ones were about disparities, bringing attention to the double impact of COVID-19 and cancer on certain populations, on Blacks and Latinos and Native Americans. Then there was access to care, about telemedicine. How do we implement all of these new ways of doing medicine that just had to be developed within 3 or 4 weeks because we couldn't have more time without seeing our patients, seeing them virtually in this case. The clinical trial sites were closed. All of the staff was told, don't show up to work for a period of time. As things were a little bit clearer and open up, is that the regulatory agencies and the National Clinical Trials Network realized that we had to change very quickly. We had to embrace telemedicine. We had to allow remote consenting. We had to allow sending drugs to patients. We had to allow them to get their safety laboratory draws in a local laboratory, not have to travel to a referral center to be able to do them in a clinical trial site. We knew that overall, a diagnosis of cancer doubled the risk of complications from COVID-19 or death. That was very important to provide information to the community at large and to the healthcare officials that were deciding on the priorities for vaccination to be able to advocate for patients for cancer. I think that changed the way that those vaccines were delivered and to provide them to the patients that most needed, that were more vulnerable from the beginning. The AACR has always thought that by understanding the issues, by understanding the underlying causes and the science, that we can advance the solution to the problems. And we apply these to cancer. With COVID-19, we knew we had to do the same. But with COVID-19 affecting the more vulnerable population, we had to double down on what we're doing. Now that we see we could do differently, we're able to open up more and hopefully make clinical trials accessible to more patients in the near future. To lessen all of these pandemics that we have, and COVID and cancer are among the most deadly ones, I hope Congress continues to realize that they've done a very good job at putting money out to be able to fund science and develop better treatments for patients. It all requires a commitment by the American government and governments all over the world to be able to provide the funds that are needed.